Hello, hello. Happy Friday. It is Bex here in the studio. There's a little bit of traffic, but Key is on her way in. She's going to be in here pretty soon. For those of y'all watching this online, yes, we're shaded up. It's, as Big Sean said, it's bright outside, so a lot of people are shady. It's been a pretty shady week. And speaking of shade, we got a lot of stuff for y'all today. So starting off with President Trump is selling Bibles now. And we're just going to go ahead and get straight into this memory verse. As you all know, we always have to start off the show with the good book from the Gen Z Bible. So here we are. Again, you heard what they used to say back in the day, like, don't break your oaths to the Lord. You got to keep your promises, man. But I'm telling you, don't make any oaths at all. Not even by heaven, because that's where God chills on his throne. And not by earth either, bro, because that's God's footrest. And definitely not by Jerusalem, because that's the city of the big boss. Don't even swear by your own head, man. Because you can't change the color of a single hair on it.
Just keep it simple. When you talk like a yeah or a nah, anything more than that comes from the dark side, man. Mm-hmm. That comes from Matthew chapter 5, verse 33 through 37.
Wow, look at that. He is now in the building.
Hello.
Yeah, so we are just going to go right ahead on into it. Trump is now endorsing Bibles, and I gotta say, personally, I have mixed feelings about that. In this God Bless the USA Bible, it starts off with the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, and the Pledge of Allegiance, which, we shouldn't really be swearing on anything. Either say yes or say no, but when you try to swear on other things and justify your reasoning for doing something or not doing something, it kind of invalidates it. But also bringing the word into that, I don't know. It just doesn't sit well with me. What about you, Kim?
Of course not. This man is selling these Bibles for $60, y'all.
Oh, it's $60?
$60.
$60 is crazy.
It's got Holy Bible underneath that. What, God Bless the USA, and then an imprinted flag.
They're doing too much.
It just sounds like he found another avenue to create revenue. That's it.
Stamp that. That was, whew. But no, I don't know.
It's his supporters, man. It's his supporters. He's got Christian folk out here. Or, whatever. They out here feeling like he was like a divine intervention because he was elected in 2016.
And I feel like that is kind of playing a big card in all of this. Like he's kind of using that for his benefit.
Exactly.
Personally, and this is coming from me personally, I don't necessarily feel like his actions are one of God's or one with
when
God.
has it ever been?
But, that's just me personally. I don't know. But also, like, the U.S., now, while I want everybody to believe in what they want, and, I believe in a higher power. I don't necessarily I don't necessarily put myself in a specific category with what religion I identify with, but I know that there is a power bigger than me. I know that there is a creator. I know that there is somebody that is, behind the scenes, pulling the strings. We are given the opportunity to choose one thing over the other. But at the end of the day, we're not really in control. There's a higher power in control here. And I feel like, I feel like everybody should have the right to choose. And this country was based on, being able to choose your religion and I don't know, it's a little weird having a president specifically endorse
we ain't never had no
Bible,
choice.
but I mean, we've never had a choice.
And if I had a choice, I wouldn't have to pay these bills. You hear me? Y'all
It's
making us pay taxes. You hear me? So listen. Moving on. Speaking of choice, this man named Brian Natiga. Apologize. He had a choice on whether he wanted to go to school to get an education to become a lawyer, or if he was just going to do his own thing and become a lawyer. 27, sorry guys, need some water. Recently came out that Brian has been accused of or been charged of fraud. He has won 26 cases as people's lawyers. And they charged him for fraud. They found fake documents, and the 27th case was his own. He represented himself and won the 27th case. Why? Because he did his homework. He did his own education. Hey, they got YouTube University. They got everything out here where you can get this education. So the question is, do we really need to go to school? Or can we really just do this on our own? There are millions and millions of billionaires out there that did not go to college to get where they are now.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't know if I should say this, but actually, never mind. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. That might discredit me. But I mean, there was definitely more that I could have done to get to where I'm at now. But I was blessed with so many opportunities in my life. I'm not technically qualified to be on the radio right now, but I'm here and I'm doing the thing, So it's like you can educate yourself and you could, choose your own career path. Now, as far as the documentation, the that is not valid goes, I can't really protect you on that. But I mean, shoot, he won all of his cases. Yeah. Like he won all 27 cases, even his own where he was protecting himself. Honestly, oh my gosh. And this is just speaking on the U.S. Education system.
Yeah, and how Trump tried to take away the Department of Education. Y'all know we talked about that last show. So
yeah, but it's it costs so much to go to school, and you don't even need that. You educate yourself. Find what you need to educate yourself. You don't need to pay thousands, millions of dollars in financial aid, or I guess not really financial aid, but student loans, and
it's really
people are doing the thing. But
we don't need Trump to make America great again.
Yep, we're making America great.
We can do it ourselves.
But speaking of great new things, so I don't know. Some people aren't really saying that this is great. There's, but getting right into it, Disney is under fire for a Christian character being introduced into a new movie. So
it's a series. It goes on and on and on.
Oh, is it a TV series? Nice. So it is.
I actually want to check it out.
No, it does look pretty good.
It looks interesting.
So new animated series from Disney-owned Pixar, Win or Lose, features a character who makes a Christian prayer. Basically, the whole idea of this series is these kids are on a middle school softball team, co-ed softball team, and one of the clips that was shared was one of the main characters making the prayer, please help me be great. Help me win this game. So a lot of controversy is mixed in with that because originally, now there's a little unclear messages being put out where there was originally a transgender character that was involved in this. That character got cut out, and now you see a Christian character. we're not really sure if both of those characters were already in there and we just didn't see the Christian character at first, or if the transgender character was cut out so the Christian character could make its way in.
Well,
that's where the big controversy is with it.
Disney is saying that they took that transgender character out because they started, they understood that parents would like to teach their children about that on their own terms.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Yeah, because also these are middle school kids, which, it personally, like, if you want to make that choice once you become an adult, then, go ahead and make that choice. But I feel like, especially in the early developments of children, they need to just focus on developing themselves and not developing, like, what they're going to be or, like, but really identifying, like, what do I like? What do I want to do with my life? And I really feel like your identity is the smaller part, or how you present yourselves to, how you present, like, who you are to people is, like, a very small, like, I'm a girl, my favorite color is this, whatever. Like, I feel like that's a small percentage of, like, who you actually are as a person. It's, what you like, what you want to do with your life.
Exactly.
I don't know. Why are we focusing in so heavy on that? But
look, we already have Inside Out.
Inside Out.
That's the most, in touch with your feelings, everything about you movie that we need.
And that was such a great one too.
Let's stick to that. Make another one. I want to see how she grows up. On with the churches. Everything is, we bringing out the church folks today. Yep. Okay, Pastor. Who is it? Marvin Sapp?
Mm-hmm.
He done held the congregation hostage, allegedly, for donations and receives backlash.
Oh, gosh. So, it was a little unclear. It was like, what, $10,000?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
I think so.
No, I can't remember the exact amount, but he would basically, your tithes and offerings, I guess they weren't getting that much, or, he needed more to help his community for whatever reason he deemed was appropriate, I suppose. But he basically said that y'all aren't paying enough tithes and offerings. Ushers, shut the door. Y'all about to pay into this, which from my understanding, tithes and offerings, I'm not paying into this. This is like, if I have the money to help support the church, then, and I feel inclined to do so, then I will pay what I can. I will offer up what I can. But now, like, you're just robbing people.
Mm-hmm. Coming from experience. Because I grew up in the church.
I was about to say with the robbing.
When he would say, for all those members who are part of the church family, please stay. For all new members or visitors, you may go home. First of all, as a child, I'm hungry. I want to go too, but we members, my whole family up in here, so I got to stay. But to have us stay up in there just because you don't like the amount of money that was given,
mm-hmm.
It really did not sit right with me growing up.
Yeah.
So I understand. Granted, I see the renovations of the church. I see your new parking spots in front of the church. We appreciate
needed?
The rocks turning into cement for the church. We appreciate. But no, it's not needed. Yeah. You can park where we park, my man. You can get your little, what's that? The sign that say pass the parking. But a whole thing, like, you dang near took up the whole community center type of, where we, like, had the space to run around and play during Easter, holidays, any type of, church functions. But, yeah, man.
Yeah. Now, he did say that, honestly, I'm going to call it like it was robbery. It was robbery, manipulation into robbery. You were robbed in a manipulative way. That's because honestly, like, how else could you really describe it? But yeah, so basically all of this money that he took from the people of the church, that he manipulated them into giving up, he did say that it was all used for the church.
It's always
Allegedly.
used for the church.
Allegedly. But I mean, that was a lot of money for like people to just cough up out of nowhere just because you felt like it wasn't paying enough. First of all, like that shouldn't even, I feel like that shouldn't even be a part of the picture.
Especially
for
in this
church.
economy.
Like,
What?
I feel like all pastors should, if you are inclined to lead people religiously, then you know what? Like, that is your calling.
I thought you was just doing it for the people. Right. Thought you was doing it for the people and to help the people.
Yeah.
Whether you're getting paid or not.
Yeah. And regardless of where that money is going, that money
Your
could
blessing
very
will
much
come eventually because that's just how it's set up. But if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, you ain't going to get that blessing. You're going to keep on it. You're going to be out here asking forever.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, it's really sad. We need to just do better as a whole. But speaking of, being led by the Spirit and, choosing to be better, Krishan Rock, she's turning into an upcoming Christian artist. She's had a full 180, and personally, I'm really proud of her. Now, she's saying you could still be gangsta while being Christian and putting out the Christian message. So, what we got, Key?
It depends on your definition of gangster. Pretty much. I say you a gangster, but you ain't never, say you a wankster. So it's a whatever. But I am proud of her. I just hope that, because been following Krishan for a while, and she's been going back and forth with, whether she want to go this route, that route. As a woman, when the man is out of the picture, it's much easier to be like goal focused and you know what you about to do, but as soon as that man come back in the picture and he get the pillow talking and swaying, then you sway in another direction. And I'm just hoping and praying that that's not what's gonna happen, because ain't he still in jail? Blueface? Ain't he still in jail?
Honestly, I'm done keeping up with that man.
I'm not keeping up with him, but
yeah, no, I got
he
you.
pops into the picture when she brings him into the picture.
Yeah.
So I like the song. I really do.
Yeah.
Yahweh. Go away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out, be more. So, I'm proud of her, and I hope she continues on and give us different versions of what she got for this part of the music industry.
Yeah, and I definitely do have to agree on you with the it depends on like what type of gangster you are, like what you're doing, because some stuff is just completely against the word of God. But also, she could be saying that, like, she still has that lived experience where before she decided to change her life around for the better, like she does still have that lived experience, and that is still a part of her story. So
what she's saying is that yeah, she Christian and yeah, she nice, but if you play with her, you might get another side. So,
hey,
you brought that out of her. Don't bring it out of her. Just don't bring that side out. We know about her and over there at Zeus. We know baddies. We know she used to be a baddies girls club. Not baddies girls club. It's not that anymore. Oh, not the age.
But speaking of, isn't there trouble over at Zeus right now?
It's showing, man. When isn't it? But recently, Natalie Nunn done popped out on her live, and she's been spazzing out. Listen, we don't know ladies' age. We don't care. It's not important. However, it is important if you sitting here like dang near catching tantrums or like you're yelling. There's episodes of you yelling at your best friend, Scotty with the body. I'm confused. So, yeah, recently a comedian named D Storm popped out and is like bringing out the receipts that Lemmy did not do this by himself. He is out here making himself seem like he the next P. Diddy because P. Diddy's gone, so now he about to rise above. And that's not their case. My boy had help, and he wasn't claiming that help. He was pretty much out here, CEO, do what I want with all this money. These songs brought out receipts that he had brought in, different comedians, different actors that are well known. And they all helped bring Zeus to where it's at. They was out here going hard on promos. There's voice recordings of conversations being had. And I think Lemmy also came out with an interview with DJ Academics saying that, because DJ asked him, so you had help, right? Like, where's your help? And he was like, you tell me. And I'm just like, the whole point of an interview is for you to tell me. That's what I'm asking you. You tell me, because clearly I don't know. That's why I asked. But, you know, I feel as though if you, because people like to say, oh, you talk too much. You talk too much. No, I feel it's like, if you have nothing to hide, it shouldn't really be much. Like,
yeah.
What's the much?
Yeah. We're certified yappers, so we be yapping.
No, I wouldn't say that. I was going to say, I think the world would be a better place if we all just been honest. But no, some people's honesty can be a little crucial to the style. Some people can't take criticism. But yeah, many lawsuits over there. This just popped out, so who knows? Who knows? You know, they were supposed to be coming out with Baddies Africa season, and the way the internet is set up, we're getting the show before the show even airs. So we're getting all the behind the scenes footage. Wow. We're getting all of how y'all was feeling because they had a video where she was like, this the day of. Hey, the night of. So yeah, I don't know, y'all. We need to bring back my girl Tanisha, because the way she had this show originally supposed to be set up, I'm with that. She wanted the girls to rise above. Like, baddies don't always have to fight to prove that you're a baddie. There are many ways to prove that you're a baddie. But hey, Natalie went the drama route, and look where she is now, catching all the drama. And now she's trying to, I'm not the bad guy, guys. I'm the good guy. Well, you ain't putting a stop to it, so you ain't that good. Moving on. Oh, yes. That's another thing, because y'all know there was been allegations that it's like a, how do I say, woman's house. They can't be freed from this house.
You're talking about house arrest?
No,
I'm so lost right now.
For women.
For women?
Yeah. Like, not pimping, or like, it's not the word pimping. It's like,
oh, the traffic.
Yeah. There's been accusations of that going on around there too. Natty was yelling, let me out, let me go. And she's just like, why won't you let me go? So with all that coming into play, I think an investigation is on the way.
Oh, wow, that's insane. And you know
allegedly.
Allegedly. But okay, but also, you know, this is just alleged information. You know, we share this information as we get it, and some,
for
you know,
information. Trying to audition for the show because y'all really think it's gonna make y'all be great. Y'all don't need this show to be great. Your talent is what's gonna make you great, honey.
Yeah, be great on your own. You don't need anything else.
I don't know if y'all noticed by now, but we can create our own shows nowadays. Y'all seen Kiki TV, PGI Radio? Hello, hello. Just saying.
But yeah, so with the whole allegedly, there was a whole traffic situation. Some of you may or may not know, but April is, can I say that? Sexual Assault Awareness Month. So we will actually, we won't be getting into it too heavily this time around, but we will be having a special edition of Pretty Girl Influence this month, just sharing more information on the topic and bringing more awareness to it. I do think that it's something that is it's a very important conversation for us to have, because it happens more often than one may think, and we should never be victim blaming, or, you know, like, even like, we don't know the full story with what's going on over at the Zeus network and all that. We're getting information as it comes, but I always stand by women and stand by people who come forward when assaulted. So RAINN, that's RAINN, is the nation's largest anti-sexual violence organization, and operates the National Sexual Assault Hotline in partnership with more than 1,000 local sexual assault service providers across the country. So if you ever need help, call 800-656-HOPE. That's 800-656-4673 to get connected with a trained staff member from a sexual assault service provider in your area.
Have you ever had a case where you felt like you were being sexually assaulted?
Honestly, it is...
Hey, it can come in different ways. So it's about how you feel, that gut feeling.
And that actually is a very important thing to put out. Like, it does come in many different ways. There are very severe cases of sexual assault, but it could be as minor as somebody grabbing you without consent or somebody touching you, especially in an inappropriate manner and in inappropriate areas. And that is really important. So I actually made a case last year. I didn't go through with it. I had a lot going on personally, and I recently, that situation got brought up again because I had seen this individual out in public, just trying to keep my distance. And, people talk, and half of the people in my friend groups and that were surrounded by me. Now, this was an individual that I was friends with. This was somebody that was in my friend group. And a lot of people take that as, oh, well, you were close with him, you were friends with him, so I don't believe you. But it's like that, honestly, in most cases, that's where something like that could happen, because people feel like they're closer to you than what they actually are. They think that they have a bigger of a chance with you because they're so close to you. But even, like, somebody that's close to you is more likely to assault you than anybody else. And it's really sad, y'all. So don't feel bad for reaching out.
First of all, thank you for your transparency. I know we got to wrap it up, but dang.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
But yeah, so we'll have more for assault victims and resources in our special that we will be hosting later this month. But that is it for our show today, y'all.
Lock in Fridays at 1:30 on WOLB Radio.
Talking the day, soul at night on the new 1010 WOLB.